Plenty of people are complaining that the gaming industry is dying. I don't see it. I don't know about you, but 2025 was a great year for me. I got to play a lot of good games, a couple of great games, and luckily, only one massively disappointing game. I bet you don't even have to think very hard about it, and you can probably guess which one was the disappointment. AAA developers might keep getting in their own way, but if you're willing to look, there are games from lesser known developers releasing all the time that are worth giving a look. They might not all be winners, but it gives you more options. Anyway, now that I have finished the last 3 games that I could cram into 2025, it's time for my rapid-fire review of all the new games I played in 2025. Since I think trying to rank games from different genres is an act of futility, I'm just going to cover them by release date. The year started off on a good note with Dynasty Warriors Origins. I had a lot of fun with this game. The combat is fast and responsive, but also surprisingly deep. The characters are fun and likable, even if their constant glazing of Zeluan can get old. The storytelling is compelling enough that it got me to gladly play through all 3 storylines, and left me wanting more. Luckily, I don't have to wait much longer for more, because on the 22nd of this month, Visions of the Four Heroes DLC releases. I'm looking forward to returning to this world. Next is Ninja Gaiden Black 2. I know it's just a remaster, but I love Ninja Gaiden, and it was nice to finally get to play it uncensored. Because I do most of my gaming on PlayStation, and I've never owned an Xbox, the only version of this game I've ever played until recently was the neutered version that is Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2. Not a bad version of the game, but the neon blood just ruins the atmosphere of the game. I don't always buy remasters, but when I found out that even PlayStation gamers were going to get to play it in all its bloody glory, I had to get it. It's a great reminder why remasters are never going away. Not that I'm complaining. This isn't the only great remaster to come out this year either. Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. I still can't believe that's actually the name of this game. They could have easily gone with Like a Dragon Pirates or Pirate Yakuza, but no, they went with Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. Never changed. Ryuga Gotoku Studios. Just like its title, this game is goofy and over the top in the best ways. Plenty of other games have old school naval combat, but none quite like this. Sure, you're still cruising around in a pirate ship, but this time it's with the Yakuza twist. This time you get to add modern upgrades, like some jet engines to increase your maneuverability. How about some machine guns that can freeze your targets and keep your prey from escaping? Other games let you upgrade your cannons, but do other games let you upgrade them to flamethrowers? Or to poisonous poop cannons? Or to freaking laser cannons? The addicting ship combat isn't the only thing on offer either. All of the stuff that makes the Yakuza series what it is here too. The super flashy and hilariously brutal combat, the numerous mini-games and side quests that will distract you till you forget that there even is a story that is silly, strange, and surprisingly heartfelt. You just can't go wrong with the Yakuza game, or is it Like a Dragon game? Either way, they're great games, and they haven't let me down yet. The next game I played in 2025 doesn't need any more praise, but it's a fantastic game, so I'm going to praise it anyways. It is, of course, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Games rarely hit as hard as this one does. Everything about this game is top-notch. The story, the style, the gameplay, the music, all of it in one amazing game. While it doesn't really do anything new, what it does do, it does so well that you forget there are other turn-based RPGs that have parries, or timed inputs, or even a story of loss and tragedy. But once you've played this game, you won't forget it. I mean it, if you're a fan of turn-based RPGs or of great storytelling, you need to give this game a try. I've always liked Doom. In fact, it's one of the very few first-person games I enjoy. Doom the Dark Ages is a good addition to the series. Is it a little weird having a parry mechanic in an FPS? Yeah, kinda, but it works for me. I also like the Atlan and Dragon Rider missions. They could have been better, but at least they're trying something new. If they had done more with them to make them feel like more than just a momentary distraction from the usual, they could have had something to help set this game apart from Doom Eternal and Doom 2016. I guess the shield and parry mechanics already do that, but I still feel they could have done more with the Atlan and Dragon missions to make them more interesting. I guess removing the multiplayer also set this game apart, but not in the way a lot of people wanted. Ah, the DLC that ruined Lies of P. Obviously I'm joking. Lies of P Overture did add an easy mode, and there are people that think easy modes ruin games. But the truth is, it had exactly zero effect on my playthrough of Overture. I could have lowered the difficulty every time a boss crushed me, but I'm not that type of gamer. Anyway, this is an excellent addition to Lies of P, giving you a deeper look into the history of this world and expanding the lore. It's also got some excellent boss fights, like Mark Iona, the Puppeteer of Death, the two-faced overseer, or my personal favorite, Arlecchino the Blood Artist. He is one brutal bastard. So if you enjoyed the base game, you'll like the DLC. Now we've come to it. Mind's Eye, my pick for Game of the Year. Worst Game of the Year, that is. It's not that this game was super broken and buggy. No, it did what it set out to do. Too bad what it set out to do was deliver a bland and boring slog of a game. I don't think I've ever seen a developer deliver a world this large with so little to do in it. Anyway, even if you can get this game for free, I still wouldn't recommend it, because you would still be wasting your time, and you can't get that back. Best way to summarize this game? It doesn't do anything you can't find done better somewhere else. Death Stranding 2, the walking simulator. Well, at least that's what my kid calls it. And to a point, he is right. You will be doing a lot of walking, but you'll also be doing a lot of driving and riding too. You'll also be building the roads and rails you'll be using. Sadly, all of the roads and rails have predetermined paths. That's where ziplines come in. A big part of what I found so enjoyable about this game is the gameplay loop of establishing connections with new cities or personal bunkers, then building the infrastructure making all future deliveries easier. There's just something I find so satisfying about setting up a network of ziplines that makes deliveries to a remote location a breeze. I also enjoy Kojima's brand of nonsensical storytelling. His stories might be confusing as all hell, but man are they entertaining. Shadow Labyrinth is the only game this year I didn't manage to finish. Not because it was too hard, or because it was broken or anything like that. No, I just lost interest because I got tired of trying to figure out where the hell I was supposed to go. I made it pretty far and I was having fun with it, but after the 5th or 6th time I had to spend an hour scouring every inch of the map just to figure out where the hell I needed to go next, I lost interest. I do plan on going back to it eventually. It is a fun game, it's just not very good at letting you know where to go. Wuchang Fallen Feathers is your typical Souls-like. It doesn't do a whole lot to set itself apart from the rest of the multitude of other Souls-like games. However, that doesn't mean that it isn't worth playing. It's a solid entry into the genre. Besides, it'll give you something to play while we wait for FromSoft to make a new game that isn't aimed at the multiplayer crowd. One of the things it does add to the genre is after you die a number of times, the next time you go to retrieve your Red Mercury, you'll have to fight off a demon that takes the form of, well, you. Don't worry, that's not all bad news. The demon won't attack only you. It will also attack other enemies. So, depending on where you died, you can get your demon to help you eliminate some of the other enemies, while also weakening itself, making it easier to finish off, if the other enemies don't outright eliminate it for you. This doesn't work with bosses, however. No matter how many times you die, your demon won't show up for a boss fight. Occasionally, you can call in other NPCs for help, but for the most part, you're on your own for bosses. Sadly, I've never played the original Ninja Gaiden games. You know, the ones on the NES? I will get to them at some point. In the meantime, I feel Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is a good substitute. It is an excellent action platformer, with some challenging levels and awesome boss fights. While I don't know how it stacks up to the originals in terms of difficulty, I do know it has plenty of punishment to dish out, especially once you unlock hard mode, which has altered boss fights and more enemies. This is where the real fun begins. I finally got to play Gears of War for the first time. Those of you paying attention already know why this is my first time. So how was it? I actually had more fun with it than I thought I would. I'm not a big fan of co-op, but luckily this game has the only kinds of co-op I will tolerate. Solo, with the computer controlling the other player, and couch co-op. When you're playing solo and the computer is controlling the other player, it works. It's not great, but it works. Mostly they're only useful for drawing enemy fire. Couch co-op is definitely the way to go. I played with my sons and we had a great time. It's still co-op, so there are problems built in I hate. But I had a good time, and I can see why people love these games so much. La Solicide, or Temu Devil May Cry. No, I'm just kidding. I actually enjoyed this one quite a bit, but that's what it feels like. I mean, his hair even turns white when he's using his imitation devil trigger. While Capcom continues to neglect the Devil May Cry fanbase, at least some developers are attempting to fill the void. Is it perfect? Not by a long shot, but it's still a lot of fun. It's got some interesting weapons that you can customize to your liking, and epic boss fights to test your skills. The combat is fast-paced and flashy. It's a good game, definitely worth a look if you're a fan of Devil May Cry. Capcom. Make Devil May Cry 6 already. It's rare to have a game that you're really excited for to release on your birthday. This year, I hit the jackpot, because Silksong and Hell Is Us both released on my birthday. We'll start with Hell Is Us. Even though I was excited for Hell Is Us, I didn't really know what to expect. I had seen a trailer or two that piqued my interest, but that was about it. To say the least, I was pleasantly surprised. Shadow Labyrinth could take some pointers from Hell Is Us. It doesn't even have a map, or markers telling you where to go, and I still didn't have any problems figuring out where to go and what to do next. Some of the side quests took a little more effort to figure out, but it does a really good job of helping you connect the dots. The combat may take some getting used to, but it works really well. There aren't any epic boss fights or anything like that, but that doesn't mean there isn't any challenge. The world it's set in is sad, depressing, tragic, and beautiful. Set in a country in the midst of a civil war, it gives you a glimpse at the kind of hatred that spawns and fuels endless conflict. Hollow Knight Silksong is easily one of my favorite games to come out in 2025. And why wouldn't it be? It's got a massive world filled with just as many treasures to find as it has enemies ready to crush you. The combat is fast and fluid. While I failed plenty, because it is so well designed, I never felt like it was from broken hitboxes or cheap tactics. So it was kind of funny to me to hear so many people complaining about its difficulty. Every enemy, from the smallest ant to the savage beastfly, every enemy has clear, readable attacks. It may take some trial and error, but all that is required is to learn those attacks and how to avoid them. And it won't be long before even the mightiest of bugs falls before Hornet's needle. Man, it was a good year to be a Ninja Gaiden fan. We got not one, not two, but 3 Ninja Gaiden games. And my god, is Ninja Gaiden 4 good. The fast and chaotic combat is exactly what I keep coming back to this franchise for. While I was initially a little disappointed that Ryu wasn't going to be the main protagonist, that disappointment quickly faded as soon as I started playing as Yakumo. He quickly established himself as a worthy addition to the franchise. With his combination of unique weapons and Bloodraven techniques, cutting down hordes of enemies you'll be facing is nothing short of amazing. Plus, you still get to play as Ryu, and he is just as much of a badass as he's always been. Finally, we come to the last game I played in 2025, Terminator 2D No Fate. It's probably the best Terminator game I've ever played. While it is a little short, you can zip through it in under an hour. It is a fantastic ride. The run and gun levels really remind me of Contra. I wonder why. The mission where you play as Sarah trying to escape the Pescadero mental hospital is pulse-pounding intense in the best way. Is it worth $30? Not really, but I had enough fun with it, my regret is minimal. With multiple difficulties, multiple endings, boss rush, and an arcade mode that tasks you with trying to complete the entire game with one life, there's enough there to keep you busy for a while. With that, we have covered every new game I played in 2025. It was a good year. No, it was a great year. And 2026 is starting to look like it's going to be another great year. What games did I miss? What games are you looking forward to most in 2026? Let me know in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe if you feel so inclined, and I will see you next time. Later.